Oh, hey guys. Hey guys. Let's see. I'm gonna find a way to position the camera here. I did not comb my hair today. So if you give me a moment, I will also fix my hair so that I look more presentable to my audience. Okay? So let me fix my hair real quick. Give me just a moment. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now you can't even tell that I didn't comb my hair. Man, these things are awesome, dude. I gotta get some more of these. These things, like, I don't even have to comb my hair. So, before we get into this video, we'll start with the disclaimer, which is that this video is for entertainment and education purposes. And any and everything I say could be wrong. So you should always do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Anyhow, so I'm going to change up the tempo a little bit with this video. And damn, I still can't. Maybe these hats aren't as good as I thought they are. All right, good enough, right? There we go. Yeah, we're gonna change up the tempo a little bit here. So, I've got 11 subscribers. Okay? Which isn't much, is it? That means I must be doing something wrong. Or not. Maybe it's just I have quality subscribers over quantity of subscribers. That's the whole goal. Oh, whoops. Sorry, the cameraman is this. I've been having a lot of problems with the cameraman, but yeah, the goal here is quality subscribers as opposed to quantity. Whatever though, whatever. Anyhow, so yeah, and you know, so whatever subscribers I do have that watch are probably kind of getting to know me a little bit better, you know, and kind of like, you know, I guess they're kind of picking up on my whatever style that I do have, and I would imagine that I come across very cynical, and I think it's because I am a cynic. I'm just that's just what happened to me over the years. I've become very cynical. For example, of the truther community, you know, like, you know, truthers, the great truthers, the greatest hits truthers like Richie from Boston. They're so trustworthy because they're just truthy. Everything is truthy truth, trustworthy, truthy truth, truthers, truths, right? No grifting going on with these truthy truther truths with all their truthy truthers. Truthnessful truthers. And as you can see, I'm not buying it. It's total bullshit, but you know, apparently there's all these people that not only do they think that it's total bullshit, man, they're fucking sending him $2,000 when he puts up a GoFundMe. I mean, it's just this is just a sign of the times, man. A sign of the times, bro. Pure communist propaganda. Everything about that is a lie. It's a money laundering scheme. Nobody's fucking voluntarily sending that fucking dude $2,000 so that he can go on a road trip, go on a vacation from his vacation where he's living at home with his mom and shit. These people are just unfucking believable. And anybody that believes that he's getting these donations and decides to donate themselves because they see all these other people are donating is a freaking idiot, dude. Total idiot. But anyways, so I'm a cynic. And so I probably turn people off, turn people away with it, because they don't want to hear all this negative shit. They want to hear about rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. They don't want to hear all this negative fucking shit, right? I mean, if it's the truth, it's not negative. It's just the truth, you know? The truth is just the truth, right? So again, do your own research and come to your own conclusions as to whether or not what I'm saying is the truth. I mean, to me, it's obvious. It's totally obvious. So anyways, but because I'm a cynic, you know, I think people are just like, I'm not, you know, stay away from that guy. And that's fine. And you may watch from afar, observe from afar, like, whoa, this guy is fucking, what's he putting up now? And that's okay, you know, whatever. Because this is for entertainment purposes and educational. If nothing else, you can use me as a case study of what not to do and how not to live your life. Which, hey, different strokes for different folks, you know. Just because you choose to not live your life like mine doesn't mean that my life is bad, the path I'm on is bad. It just may mean that it's just not for you. It's not the right fit for you, and you're going in some other direction. And that doesn't mean that the choices you're making in your life going a different direction than mine are bad or good, either way, for either of us. It's just, we're just on different paths. Everybody's on their own path, right? Although, in the grand scheme of things, in life there are really only two paths. There are many segues in these two paths, but generally there are two paths in life. The short-sighted embark on the dishonest path, the wise on the honest path, because the wise know the truth that in helping others we help ourselves, and in hurting others we hurt ourselves. So no matter what your goals are in life, they're either honest or dishonest. And no matter what your overall goal in life is, it's either going in the direction of the honest path or it's going in the direction of the dishonest path. And, you know, I'm just trying to be honest, that's all. Now, you may perceive this as though I'm being dishonest, and you could be right. As far as I could tell, though, I am consciously attempting to move in the direction of the honest path. Now, I could be going the wrong way, and you could be going the right way. I don't know. Or you could be going, see, one never really knows for sure. All we can do is try our best, right? But there are people that know that they're on the dishonest path and they choose the dishonest path. So if I'm on the dishonest path, it's not by choice. It's because I'm just like confused. I think I'm on the honest path when I'm not, right? But there are people that choose the dishonest path. And those are the short-sighted. So, if I am on the dishonest path, which I don't believe I am, it's not by conscious choice that I am. It's out of a lack of awareness and a lack of understanding, you know. But I don't believe that to be the case. So, anyway, so I wanted to kind of go into some stuff. Okay. So because I'm a cynic, I could be perceived as a fucking asshole and like, oh, this guy's just an asshole, negative, you know. And like I've talked about how I'm abstinent from drugs and alcohol, and I have been for over 23 years. I'm sorry. I begin to lose track as the years go on and on. I mean, it's unbelievable that I've been abstinent from all drugs and alcohol for over 23 years, you know. And so you may not believe me, which is fine. You have every right to believe whatever it is that you want, right? But a lot of people, they would look at me and be like, well, a person that abstains from drugs and alcohol doesn't look like this guy. This guy looks like Charles Manson's younger brother. So there's no way that this guy could be abstinent from all drugs and alcohol because he looks like Charles Manson's younger brother. And, you know, because a lot of people have this misconception of what a person looks like that abstains from drugs and alcohol. So let me list off some people that you may not be aware have abstained from drugs and alcohol for long periods of time. How about Rob Halford? Rob Halford is the lead singer for the band Judas Priest, the heavy metal band Judas Priest, the legendary heavy metal band Judas Priest. Have you ever heard of Judas Priest? Yeah? Okay. Rob Halford is the lead singer for the band Judas Priest. And he's been abstinent from all drugs and alcohol for over 40 years. Over 40 years. Now, if you just saw Rob Halford in his leather coats with the spikes and his fucking bald hair, like looking like a crazy fucker, you would think, man, that guy probably parties like a motherfucker. But he doesn't. He's been abstinent from all drugs and alcohol for over 40 fucking years. Here's another example. Henry Rollins. You ever heard of Henry Rollins? Henry Rollins, the singer, one of the main vocalists, lead vocalists for the legendary punk rock band Black Flag. Okay, that's another one. If you looked at him, you'd think, man, that guy must party. I'd love to fucking, go to the bar with him and buy him a beer and stuff. Well, he's totally abstinent from drugs and alcohol. Okay, so part of my point is going back to, a lot of people have this idea, many people have this idea in their head that abstaining from, when a person abstains from drugs and alcohol, they look a certain way and they act a certain way. They don't cuss. They don't play in rock and roll and heavy metal bands. All their language is all fluffy and rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. But see, that's not reality. I mean, yes, a lot of times that is true. When a person chooses to abstain from drugs and alcohol, they kind of take on this role of, well, I need to dress nice and I need to, not listen to heavy metal. There are a lot of, but then there are others though that aren't like that. The bass player for the band Megadeth has been abstinent from all drugs and alcohol for many years. Okay, many of you probably don't know who High on Fire is. They're only like the best fucking heavy metal band in the world right now. And 2 of the 3 members have been abstinent from drugs and alcohol for many years. Okay. So I am abstinent from all drugs and alcohol, and I have been for almost 24 years now. But that doesn't mean that I have a stick jammed up my fucking ass. I walk around in a suit and tie with my face, everything shaved and cut and trimmed and proper, and I don't ever cuss, and I always, have nothing but rainbows and butterflies and unicorns to say. No, absolutely not. Look at the state of the fucking world. Anybody that would just be talking about rainbows and butterflies and unicorns all day is shot, bro. They're fucking oblivious to what's going on in the world, okay? So I try to keep it real as best I can, right? And, I could list more of sober people that have abstained from drugs and alcohol that by all appearances, you would never think that they were abstained from drugs and alcohol. And you would imagine they're hardcore partiers that are just partying all day. Frank Zappa, the most legendary punk band, Minor Threat, the whole idea and concept of the band Minor Threat is that they don't drink alcohol or do drugs. I mean, so anyways, this is just kind of giving you a little bit more of an idea of who I am. Like, you know, these are people that are inspirations to me. Frank Zappa, Minor Threat, Henry Rollins, Rob Halford of Judas Priest, Megadeth, Dave Elfman of like, you know, there's a lot of people like this. Okay, so, but anyways, my point is that you may not think this of me. You're looking at me and you might be thinking, this guy, he fucking parties. He's lying. He parties. He's drinking and smoking weed and all this stuff. And, you know, and it's just not the case. You know? But I'm still a human being. I'm flawed, you know. And I make mistakes just like everybody else. So what I want to try to get into from here in this video is just kind of talking about, you know, all the frustrations, all the opportunity of frustrations that are before us all the time. You know, Richie from Boston is a good example of a focal point of frustration where you can just look at all these grifting, lying snakes and just be totally fucking pissed off about it and let it ruin your entire day. You know, you can look at all of the terrible stuff that's going on and allow it to infect your very mind and your very soul to the point where you're just filled with rage and hate. And this is all poison, is the point that I'm trying to get to with this video. It's so easy to look at the world, okay, and to just become filled with hate and frustration and anger and all this negativity, okay? And it's all poison. It's all poison. Peace of mind is something that no one can steal from you or I. Peace of mind. And peace of mind does not come easy, especially in today's day and age. And I am no master, I am by no means a master of attainment of peace of mind. Like a really good fucking friend of mine used to say, before he passed away, may he rest in peace, is that he gets little glimpses of peace of mind. He gets a little bit here and a little bit there. But the idea is to work towards peace of mind and protect one's peace of mind. And so to get all upset about any and everything that's going on in the world is nothing but a waste of time. It is a waste of time. I mean, you know, it's okay to get upset and to acknowledge the, you know, the anger and frustration. It's okay, but to allow it to consume a person to where they just can't stop thinking about it and they're just full of hate, that's when it's a waste of time. It's okay to acknowledge that all this bullshit, and it's okay to be upset about it, but the overall general goal is to maintain one's peace of mind. Like, none of any of this stuff is worth ruining your day over. And, you know, and people can get so consumed by all this shit that's going on in the external world to the point that it controls them. They're controlled by their hatred for everything going on around them. They're controlled by their anger and frustration with everything that's going on around them. And that's when it's a problem. To be frustrated is one thing. To acknowledge the frustration and to acknowledge the anger is one thing, but to allow it to fill a person with hate and stuff is not beneficial to anyone, including one's own self. And so, though I am a cynic and I will talk a lot of shit, and I come across as having a negative attitude and this and that, I have a code in place that I practice, that I try to practice, and I do practice elements of every day. And just like that guy, my friend that who he said, I get a little bits of peace of mind here and there throughout the day, but I'm not like levitating where I'm just like, no, I get frustrated and angry, and at times I do experience hate, but I'm aware that these things are fucking poison. Hate especially is a poison. Hate is a poison. And oftentimes anger is masking a more deep-seated issue, which usually involves sadness. And when we look, the state of the world is sad in many ways. But anyways, I don't like to see my friends like get so upset about something going on in the world that it starts to consume them. Where it's like they start to get obsessed about it, you know? And it's one thing to acknowledge that thing is upsetting, but it's a whole other thing to become obsessed with it to where a person just allows it to consume them, where that's all they think about, that's all they talk about, that's all they pursue, that's all they seek is to hate and all this stuff. Like, you know, there is beauty in the world. There is beauty, there is goodness. These things are not obsolete. These things still exist in the world. And it's really easy to forget all that and just constantly focus on the negative and the hate and the anger and this and that. And it's a very popular thing to do on the internet. Everybody's foaming at the mouth about the Jays. We need to kill all the Jays. And they're foaming at the mouth about the Trumpers. We need to kill all the Trumpers. And they're foaming at the mouth about the liberals. We need to kill all the libtards. And it's always this constant, nonstop. And it really is fucking gay, dude. It's totally fucking faggotry. It's just pure faggot fucking gay bullshit. Okay? That's all it is. And just because you see a lot of people doing that online does not mean that everybody is in consensus. Those are all these bleeding deacons. That's what they are. They're bleeding deacons. And all they do is constantly, nonstop complain about the Jews, about every fucking thing. That's all they do is complain. Complain, complain, complain. And just because that's all you see on the internet does not mean that everybody thinks and believes and sees things that way. All you're seeing is all the people that all they do is complain all the time about everything, Trump, the Jews, COVID, everything. All these people, these complainers that all you see is them complaining all the time, those are bleeding deacons because they don't have they don't have any control of their mind. They have no peace of mind at all. All they do is seek to complain about something. If there's nothing to complain about, they will seek it out. It's just like that scene in The Matrix when Agent Smith is explaining to Morpheus that this is the human condition. that the only thing that humans can find pleasure in is misery and suffering. And so there is a truth to that with certain kinds of people. There is that person that they're never happy unless they have something to fucking complain about. And so they're always complaining. Those are bleeding deacons. And they populate 99% of all platforms on the internet. Bleeding fucking deacons that all they do is complain. They have no peace of mind. They are completely fucking out of control in their mind. They are fucking lunatics that many of them belong in fucking insane asylums. Going on and on about the Jews and the fucking everything. Like they're totally insane. Okay? There's another group of people that are referred to in some circles as the silent majority. The people that are silent, they just sit back and are observing all of these bleeding deacons that all they do is foam at the mouth, constantly, nonstop, complaining about any and everything, constantly, all the time. They never have anything good to say about anything. They never find beauty or goodness in anything. And the silent majority just sit back and watch all this and observe it and are just like, wow, like this is totally retarded, you know. The bleeding deacons dominate the public square. While everyone else just sits silently in awe of how stupid these bleeding deacons are. So anyways, I hate to see my friends falling into this trap of just complain about any and everything they can possibly think of. You know? And I fall for it too. We're all guilty of it. We all fall for it. And I guess it goes back to balance, you know. So I am no poster child. I am no poster child for any of this. But I have enough of an understanding of it to where I can see when I'm falling for that trap. Sometimes I can catch myself and I'll be like, dude, I'm not fucking even going there. I don't fucking care. I don't care, you know. But then a lot of times I can't see it and I fucking start complaining about shit. And then, you know, sometimes it takes years where I'll step back and like, if I could step outside myself momentarily and look and observe myself and be like, dude, I'm just complaining about like fucking, and even, you know, it's like that old saying too. It's like I could complain, but, you know, who would listen? Exactly. Even when there are the most legitimate reasons to complain about shit, guess what? Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Okay? But there are decent people in the world. I personally know many in my life. Decent people. They're not perfect people. There is no perfect person in the world. Or if there is, like maybe one or two, or they're invisible interdimensional beings, I don't know. But in a general way, there is no perfect person in the world. But are there decent people? Yes. And if a person can't find decent people, it might have something to do with them. Maybe they're only seeking to find shitty people so that they can continue to complain and complain and complain. If a person isn't looking for decent people in the world, that person is never going to find decent people in the world. They do exist, despite what the internet tells you. The internet is the biggest cesspool of toxic, venomous poison probably in existence today. It's worse than chemtrails. The internet, the poison that is the internet is far worse than chemtrails. The internet, the poison of the internet is easily as bad as mainstream media. Like, it is a fucking disgusting shithole of just cesspool of poison. That's all it is. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of expand some of my thoughts on this. I'm no master. I'm no of any of this. Peace of mind, though, is the goal. Peace of mind. And whatever peace of mind a person attains, no one can steal it. No one can. No one can steal it. And it is probably the most valuable thing in the whole world is peace of mind. Peace of mind is more valuable than monetary gain, money, jewels, diamonds. And it can't be stolen. No one can steal it from you or me. And the more peace of mind that you and I attain, the more it cannot be stolen. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on, because I have my peace of mind that cannot be stolen. This is truth. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm just saying, like, I have discovered peace of mind. And like my friend said as an example, I do find moments of peace of mind as I go throughout my day. If I'm open to it and looking for it and aware that it exists and desire peace of mind. I may not be have peace of mind all day and I'm just levitating like a guru, but I do find it, and it is available. It does exist. And once you find it and know that it exists, no one can steal it. There is no price. You can't buy peace of mind. You can't sell peace of mind. You know? So anyways, I just have felt compelled to talk about this. And so, like with me, once I discovered true peace of mind is just a term. It's just the words. But they actually do have meaning. And there is real peace of mind. Attainable peace of mind. Once I actually truly discovered peace of mind, I wanted more. And so I sought it. And I sought peace of mind. And seeking peace of mind, there are requirements. One, an open mind, just like Frank Zappa and many others have said. A mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. An open mind. That means open to new ideas, open to different things. Open to the idea that there's more than just evil and negativity and, open to the idea that there actually truly are decent people in the world. If I look for them and I work towards finding decent people, I know y'all hate the Bible. Seek and you shall find. If you are seeking decent people, you will find them 100%. Now, if you're not adapt to interacting with decent people, it's going to feel really uncomfortable for a little while. If you're not used to being around decent people, it's going to feel really awkward and different. You're going to have to adjust to being around decent people. If you've never encountered decent people, then what do you even know what to look for? Like, and even if you do discover decent people, are you even accustomed to being around a decent person? It's going to be very uncomfortable, especially if you discover like a group of decent people. And this whole time, all you've believed that there are no decent people in the world. You're going to have to adjust and adapt and respond accordingly to encountering decent people. And I guarantee you, it's not going to be comfortable. You're going to have to go outside of your comfort zone if you want to interact and engage with and be in the company of decent people. It's going to be a learning curve for you. You're going to have to readjust the way you engage the world. Because if all you've known is that everybody's shitty, then that's how you've engaged the world. And so if you encounter decent people, you're going to have to readjust your whole approach, right? And it's not comfortable. It's going to be very uncomfortable. Kind of like in the movie The Matrix when they unplugged Neo. It wasn't a very comfortable thing for Neo. But anyways, yes, decent people exist in the world. Yes, they do. And if seek and you shall find. Maybe you don't want to find decent people. Maybe you just want to complain and that's it. You just want to complain. I've been there. It's a much more difficult life to just want to complain about everything and everything is bad and there is no good in the world. That's a very difficult life. The easier life is just to accept that there are good things in the world. There is goodness in the world. There is beauty in the world. There are decent people in the world. That's the easier life. But it's not very comfortable. You know, it takes some getting used to. And then the practice never ends. Because if you're anything like me, your mind is already wired to only look for everything that's negative and evil and bad so that I can complain about it. Well, I have to start rewiring my brain. That doesn't mean that all of a sudden that I look through everything with rose-tinted glasses. No. All things in moderation. All things in moderation. But it's not moderation to view everything as that everything is evil and everyone's evil and everything sucks and everything's shitty. That's not moderation. That there is no balance in that view. You got to balance it out. You got to start rewiring some of your brain so that you can actually see when you do encounter goodness in the world and beauty in the world and decent people. You have to, a person's brain has to be rewired so that they can actually see the difference between good and evil. Instead of everything is evil, everything is shitty, everything is bad, everything sucks. Dude, much of everything is perception. And the more a person practices this and rewires their brain, and practices it, it takes years and years of practice. And again, I will reiterate, I am no master at all. Okay? The more a person practices this, though, rewiring their brain, trying to have more of an open mind, trying to see, well, maybe there's goodness here and I'm just not seeing it, challenging oneself in this area, the more one practices it, first thing is they will discover there is actually goodness in the world. There is actually beauty in the world. There are decent people in the world. I've been wrong. And then I have to admit, I have been wrong. That's not an easy thing to do. That's also a very uncomfortable thing to do, is to admit when a person is wrong. I was wrong. Like the story of green eggs and ham. So that's not very comfortable when I have to admit that I'm wrong. But nonetheless, I have to admit when I'm wrong if I discover there is goodness in the world, there is beauty in the world, there are decent people in the world. if I've been wrong in my claim that everyone sucks, everyone's evil, everything is shitty, and I've been wrong, well, first I have to admit that I'm wrong if I'm wrong. Well, then once I admit that I'm wrong, then I start to look, well, yeah, I guess there's some good stuff in the world. Oh, well, okay. Okay, well, there you go. And the more one practices this, the more balance, right? And then the more balance one gets with their perception, the more one starts to realize, even if everything did suck, peace of mind, all of this external evil, all of this external negativity, all of this external darkness, all this external shittiness and everything, none of it can steal my peace of mind because it's mine. And then it doesn't matter. Once a person realizes this, then it doesn't even matter if everything sucks and everyone's evil and everything's shitty. It doesn't matter because I still have my peace of mind. And none of this evil, none of these shitty people, none of this fucking shittiness going on around me can steal my peace of mind unless I allow them to. Unless I allow all of this to. And once I realize that, then it doesn't even matter. It's like, as long as I don't allow any of these people, places, things, institutions, ideas, or whatever that are negative to steal my peace of mind, the whole fucking world can fucking fall off a cliff and it doesn't even matter anymore. Okay? See, but the thing is that there is goodness in the world. There are decent people in the world. So that isn't even ever going to happen. It's never going to happen that everyone sucks, everyone's evil, everything's shitty. That's never going to happen. And even if it ever did come to fruition where it was true, I already know none of that external shit can steal my peace of mind. Unless I allow it to. So then, the responsibility is on me. It doesn't even matter what's going on externally because the only one that can, prevent it from affecting me is me. And it's the only person's fault if my peace of mind is stolen is my own fault. It's me. I allowed all of that shit to steal my peace of mind. I allowed it to. So, but again, this is a farce that everything is evil, everybody sucks, everything is stupid, everything is gay. That's a lie. And it's perpetuated constantly 24/7 on the internet. Which is why I talk about this non-stop, constant, endless, fucking communist propaganda. That's what they want. They want to steal your peace of mind. Don't let them, dude. Don't fucking let this shit It's your fault. Okay? Just like it's my fault. Now, we're all fallible. So I will slip into this, okay, where I start getting all negative and shit. But being a cynic, I have to be cynical of myself as well. Not just everything else around me, but also me. And when I start descending into everything as negative and shitty and stuff, well, my cynical mind can mirror back on myself. And I can be cynical of myself and look at myself and be like, dude, shut the fuck up, you fucking pussy. Everything is not fucking evil and shitty and bad and stuff. You are a pussy. You're being a fucking pussy. And so I can use my cynicism to keep myself in check. So when I start getting super negative where I'm just viewing everything sucks, my cynical self will look at me and be like, dude, shut the fuck up. You sound like everybody else. Quit your fucking crying, dude. Get up and do something. Go help somebody. Get off your fucking ass. Quit complaining, you know? So anyway, These are just some of my thoughts. Do not let this shit steal your peace of mind. Because you only have yourself to blame if you do. And the same goes for me and everyone else. There are decent people in the world. There is goodness in the world. There is beauty in the world. If you don't see it, it's because you're not fucking looking for it. And you need to open your fucking eyes, man. So, just as I do. And it never ends. It's contingent on the maintenance, the daily maintenance. I have to continue to force my eyes open and look for the good and beauty and seek out decent people. I can't just sit around and wait for it to come to me. It'll never fucking happen. I have to do something. I have to get active. I have to get involved in seeking out the good in the world, in seeking out decent people in the world, in seeking out the beauty in the world. It's not just going to come knocking on my fucking door. I have to do things every day. It's contingent upon me. And what am I doing? It's contingent upon me. The accountability, the responsibility is on me. If all I see is that everybody sucks and everything sucks and everything is shitty, it's on me. It's because I am not looking for the good in the world. I'm not looking for decent people in the world. I'm not looking for beauty in the world. That's why my perception sees everything as evil. Everything sucks. Everybody's shitty. Everybody's evil. That's me. That's going on here. Do not let this shit steal your fucking peace of mind. Snap out of it, motherfuckers. Stop listening to these fucking cunts that dominate the fucking narrative on the internet, because they're all fucking doomsayers. They never have anything positive to say about anything. And they're constantly foaming at the mouth about the Jews and all this other shit. They are the fucking faggots. They are the fucking pussies. They are the fucking betas, dude. They're the fucking little boys. They're just little fucking faggot boys that haven't grown up yet.